Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we are back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing the updated top 5 supporters of right now and why with honorable mentions. Now, we did the attacker one or the DPS one yesterday, and a lot of you guys agreed with it, at least from 1 to 3. I know a lot of people had opinions about 4 and 5. Obviously, it's understandable, right? I didn't put Guilty in the top 5, but in the video, I said multiple times that me personally, I would put Guilty in top 5, but just because of the general base and how she works, I wasn't sure if many people would say she was top 5, right? But we're going to basically be talking about the top 5 supporters, and this one is going to be more of an interest to people because obviously Dorothy is a supporter in the game now, and you know, we're gonna rank it. I'm gonna say I've really done like so much testing. I've literally taken her everywhere now at this point. So I guess I could say honestly. So let's start off with our honorable mentions, and then yeah. Oh, but before we begin, make sure you guys subscribe because I guess we're gonna try to get 3K by the end of the month. It's not like a mandatory goal, but if we could get it, that'd be great. So in honorable mentions, we have Noise. Now, I feel like Noise is someone who could be in a lot of people's top 5. But if I was to put her in top 5, she would definitely just be at 5, right? I don't know if I would say she's better than my 1 to 4. But again, with my number 5, maybe you could argue that. But I think she's a pretty good character. I think she has some value. Obviously, when attacked 20 times, all allies have the damage reduction, you could say. And then also you can control her taunt, right? So she can taunt at will basically, and you can control it. All you have to do is use a full charge attacks, which is not bad. And then also when you do use that, you what's it called, your max HP is increased for 1.8 seconds of that taunt apparently, which is not bad, right? And then obviously with the burst skill being a 40-second, which is a bit iffy if you ask me. I wish it was 20 seconds, but you can't really do much about it. But it is a 40 seconds, but essentially when you use her burst skill, she kind of just like consistently heals. She can't really like die, I want to say, essentially. So I would say this is an honorable mention. I feel like she has use, obviously, but I'm not sure if I'd say she has more use than my other characters in the top 5. Another honorable mention is Biscuit. Now, obviously, Biscuit is a general character who could have honestly been top 5 as well, right? Overall, she's a fantastic character, especially when it comes to the defenders and then being able to rebuild broken covers. She's like the only one in the game that can actually do that. But I feel like her thing, like her whole kit, should have been switched for the attackers and the support buffs, right? I think that the defender buffs are nice, but the attacker support buffs, I feel like they should have changed, honestly. But overall, I think she's a great character. I think this is a character who will get better over time because literally she is buffing attackers, defenders, and supporters. So any characters that come in the game, like for example, her burst skill, right? More damage to supporter allies. If I run her with somebody like Dorothy, Dorothy is getting that extra attack buff, which works for Dorothy because she kind of acts as a DPS, right? So I would say Biscuit definitely could go up in rankings in the future, but for now, she's probably an honorable mention. Okay, at 5, I have Pepper. Now, the reason why I have Pepper at 5 over characters like Biscuit or Noise is because I feel like this is a character that can literally take you through the entire game if you just need a general healer. Right now, the only other healer that I would say is better than her is, I'm not going to say it because of top 5, but there's another healer that's better than her, but she's kind of hard to get. Hint, hint, right? But overall, I think this is a nice pickup to have just for your early game healer or even end game healer. A very nice character, right? Also can stack buffs, stack the count on buffs, and then she also is able to heal a lot, which is very, very nice, right? Increase the healing received and heal you quite a lot. So she's a very, very nice character when it comes to healing. Like I said, this character is a character who can literally take you through the game, right? She could take you from the beginning of the game to the end of the game just with her healing alone, right? So definitely going to be in my top 5. In 4th place, we have Dolla. Now, Dolla is a character who is a very, very good character. Always has been from the beginning of the game. She really shines. My Dolla is not built in at all because I actually don't use her. Not because I don't need or she's not good or anything. I just don't need to use her. Honestly, I don't feel like. But she's very good because basically every other 5 seconds after the first 10 seconds of a battle, she's going to be increasing the attack. Right now, this is 8.88% for 5 seconds on level 1 skills. I believe that goes all the way up to, I mean, we could like go back and see on the Nikkepedia here. Where is Dolla? here. I think it's up to what percent actually? Up to 16% every other 5 seconds, which is not that bad, right? I mean, I think that's a pretty good effect. I mean, it's not bad at all. I don't know why I said that bad. It's a good effect in general, right? Besides that, I feel like, I mean, her second skill is okay, right? Because you still are getting the attack there, right? Once you use her burst skill, and then also crit rate and crit damage. It's a very nice effect. I'm not really too like fond of her burst skill. It's like okay, whatever, but her first skill and second skill really help out attackers and your DPS characters in the game. So I want to say this girl is definitely going to be in my top 4 because she is, oh my god, with that outfit, she's practically naked. Like, I could literally see everything. I feel like when you just look in the middle of her chest, you can see everything. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. But yeah, Dolla definitely going to be a top 5 one in 4th place. I think this is a character you probably want to be using if you want a support character that's buffing up damage consistently, right? This is that character who's doing that, right? Especially since when you use her burst skill, and she's a 20-second burst skill user as well, so you're always gonna use, right? After 3 full bursts, you're gonna be here, which is not bad, right? So keep that in mind. So yeah, definitely going to be in my top 5. In 3rd, I have Rapunzel. Now, Rapunzel, in my opinion, till this day, is still the best healer of the game. Obviously, she's very nasty. Could increase the max HP and the HP received. She does heal 3 allies with the lowest HP after using a full charge attack, which she's always using, which is very good. So it's essentially consistent. And then also on her burst skill, the only problem is her burst skill is a 60-second cooldown, but that's only fair because she can revive. Right, she can revive, and then also when her HP is below 30%, she actually stuns all the enemies for 1 second, which is not that bad. But yeah, they're basically, she can revive and heal, but her biggest feat is being able to increase the max HP for the whole game because it's for 15 seconds. So it's going to take 15 seconds to proc, and then after 15 seconds of the game, for 15 seconds, 2 allies with the highest attack will have their HP, max HP increased by a certain percent, and their HP received, right? Healing, HP potency is like healing received, basically increase by a nice margin. And then also those characters that have the lowest HP will be getting healed every time she uses a full charge. So she will be very good with charge speed, just because you want to be able to charge quickly, so you can just constantly heal faster and faster. Very good character, right? This character literally takes you from the beginning to the end of the game. She's used almost everywhere because obviously when you want to heal her, she's your go-to pick. But for sure, definitely top 3 supporters in the game. No questions for me. Now at 2, this might be so surprising for a lot of people, especially how much I hyped her up. I know how much a lot of people like this character. But in 2, I'm going to say Dorothy. Now, this one, again, could go either way between her and 1. The thing with Dorothy is that she's a very good supporter in terms of being able to add that extra damage you need to the game. Remember, she's the only burst 1 character who can actually do damage and can be on par with, like, I don't want to say on par with Modernia and Scarlet, but damn near close. Like, my Scarlet or Modernia could do 30 million, and then she will get 20 million, right? Which is there's no other burst 1 doing that. They're not even close. There's no other burst 1 doing that, right? She's hitting harder than most burst 3 characters. She's hitting harder than most burst 2 characters, all right? She's actually hitting harder than Guilty, right? Because of how her kit works, she's hitting harder than Guilty, right? But what makes her shine, obviously, is her brand effect, right? The brand effect, which basically accumulates the damage that the enemy collects and then redoes it, right? The damage part, or damage dealt to like enemy parts, is very nice, and then also the reducing cooldown burst skill time is very nice as well. But it's really that brand effect that takes her from the bottom to the top, because essentially you're cheesing a lot of content in the game by just having that free, it's literally free extra damage, right? Because she gets the pierce effect too, right? So it's literally free extra damage, and it's a 20-second cooldown. So you're getting that every time you enter a full burst, which is very nice. So I would definitely say she is going to be 2nd place. Again, she could easily, for a lot of people, she could be 1 or 2. It depends on what you prefer. But I definitely think this girl, in the majority of the content, if not all the content, is going to be a must-have, a must-use character. Very good. But yeah, that's going to be my 2nd slot pick. And for 1, we have Litter. Now, the reason why I have Litter over Dorothy instead of Dorothy over Litter for one is for #1 supporter in the game is just because I feel like, again, Dorothy is a character, a supporter to DPS really, right? But she's a damage dealer herself. I feel like Litter, even though her attack buff is only 5 seconds, it's still very good. But what really makes Litter shine is this part, right? Her second skill, the covers HP recovery, right, by a big margin. Now, another character in this game like Coco, actually, if I have Coco actually. Coco is another character who has that same effect, but it's different essentially, right? So Coco affects all allies, recovers a certain percentage of the cover's HP as Nikke HP, or I guess they meant of the Nikke's HP, right? So of her max HP, and she will heal the cover of all allies, and that's like every 15 seconds, right? By a certain percent. It's not that good, trust me. But hers, Litter's, is literally just healing a certain percentage of the HP. So if 50%, let's say, if 50% of the HP is gone, Litter is not healing 50% of her max HP. She's just rebuilding 50% of that cover. And I feel like the cover means so much more. I don't want to say so much more than damage, but I feel like having your cover in majority of the end game content, even early game content, just content in general, is more beneficial. Right, I feel like it's very good. It's not like you're losing all that much by using her over Dorothy, because again, you still have a massive attack buff, right? Now, that's not going to be as powerful as Dorothy literally basically redoing the damage you've just done, but it's still going to be very, very good. It's still very, very good. Don't get it wrong. And then obviously when she uses her burst skill 3 times, a couple of times, she's going to even be more better. Now, the thing about her, though, is you definitely don't want to run her with, what's it called? When you're using Dorothy. You don't want to use her burst skill when using Dorothy, because that will hurt Dorothy, right? Increasing the max ammo capacity for 5 seconds. That's not something you want to do when Dorothy wants to hit the last bullet, right? Characters like that, where they want to hit the last bullet, doesn't work really that good with. I don't feel like that. But overall, I do think I would say she's the best, just because I think the cover has more value in all content than just the extra damage that you're getting. I want to say, because you can always do extra damage but still not get the kill, right? You can always do extra damage and still not get the kill. But at the same time, with cover being rebuilt, you're just really tanking and not getting the kill. That's why I say for one, it can go either way, right? Either way, it could go either way for a lot of people. But I think, honestly, the cover is going to be more beneficial. The cover rebuild is still going to be very more beneficial, right? In terms of damage, obviously, I know Dorothy has that in the bag, but I want to say overall, this is not going to be a bad effect at all. So you guys definitely let me know if you guys agree with this or not. And if you guys do decide to put Dorothy in #1, I'm not disagreeing with you in my heart. And like, I generally still, right now as I'm speaking, I still believe that Dorothy is the best support in the game. Right, but I also believe Litter's like the best. I don't know, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But you guys definitely let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.